Set your pattern selectors on B for the lower one, L for the upper one. You can set your stitch width at 5 and your stitch length at between 3 and 4. And thread tension, we've got ours set at about 3. You should get an answer if you do zigzag pattern. Basic zigzag pattern using the settings explained above. Setting this onto 3, put the same settings on your pattern selectors. As compared to the one on the right, this one should produce a zigzag which has less width, and as you can see, that's what it's doing. For comparison, you can see the one on the left is with the stitch width selector set at. On the machine, we're going to set at HL, which is the pattern pointed to there, and we're going to have the middle stitch selector at 3. That's the width at 3. Okay. With the pattern selectors, you must make sure that they click into place. So after you've depressed the button at the end of the machine, once you've got your dial there, you must make sure that it's actually properly in place. If it's not, if it wobbles about, you'll hear a click and the needle will click into position. So once you've actually selected it, make sure that this upper one is actually set solid. Okay, and this one here being set at H. And the actual stitch length being set very close to 1. You turn the knurled container to 1, and away you go. And you should now get an internal pattern stitch. It's working fine. The single golden panoramic comes with a lot of these very interesting internal patterns without using the cams, and cams often just give a basic variation of these. And there you go, it's like sort of a blocked pattern stitch there, going through very smoothly there. Lift your presser foot up, move the handle, then you're away, and then you're moving your threads. As you can see there, it's very neat ordered pattern stitch here, and you can try a double layer on the same pattern. This is a double layer of denim, again using the same internal pattern. That's L with H, and again needle position set, width is set at 3, length set very close to 1. More challenging material or felted, so I think this is a double layer of denim. So if you're doing some decorative stitching onto denim using the same technique, there you go, you see, and that's denim next to the arrowheads there. You've got the beautiful decorative stitch there without using any pattern cams, that's using the internal patterns on the machine. Do another internal pattern on this 670G panoramic. You could try IL, and with this setting here you have the stitch width at 3, the stitch length again set very close to 1, and turn the knurled knob to the clockwise, and then these two pattern selectors, you need to have this top one set to L. It must click, make sure that it's firmly clicked after you've changed it using the button to change it at the end of the machine, and the bottom one here set to I. So you've got I and L. Make sure before you start sewing that these are not wobbly. And we're sewing on felt here, which is a challenging material. Thread tension at the top set about 3. And as you can see, the machine's behaving itself, and behind there you've got the pattern coming out there, which is a lovely internal pattern. Beautiful decorative stitch. You lift your presser foot up, turn the wheel, remove your threads, you cut, and there you go. And you can see compared, there's 4 pattern stitches there, and ours is one to the far left. And then if you look at, again, we're going to try a more challenging material here, which is denim, double layer of denim, same pattern stitch, IL, and away we go. As long as you make sure that your stitch selectors are in place, get your thread tensions right in your bobbin and your upper thread, then you produce these beautiful pattern stitches. And that's a challenging material. Just pull that thread out there, and we've got our denim. And looking on the reverse of the denim as well, if you look at the other side, let's see how the pattern stitches have turned out on the other side. That's fine, the thread tension's fine. Just clear those loose threads out. There we are. And it's, as you can see, it's fine on both sides of the material. Thread tension upper and lower is fine. We're doing BN, and we're going to go for the one where the width is 5. So you have to depress the little button at the end of the machine first, which is there. You must move your pattern selector along. Make sure they click firmly into place. Once you let go of this button here, you must check that each one is firmly in place, and I'm checking like that, and that is, it doesn't move. And this one, low one, again, I'm gently checking. Make sure that they're not loose, they should be firmly in place. The stitch width should be set at 5, okay? And again, stitch length set close to 1 and the knurled up there. I can't stress too much that these pattern selectors must be in place, they don't wobble around. Okay, then you put your press your needle foot down, you press your presser foot down, and you're ready to sew. And therefore your selected pattern, which is BN from the internal pattern cams, should work fine. And I can see behind the presser foot there, we're getting exactly the pattern that we want as we're feeding through. Okay. There you go, and we lift our presser foot up, move, and you're getting this beautiful, the one to the far left is the one we've just done, pattern BN, and the thread tension is beautiful, and upper and lower threads fine. Using, again, alternative material, which is a double layer of denim, same pattern BN, the pattern selector switches there, nice and firmly clicked into place, and away we go. And we can see the pattern develops behind that. Perfect for those embellishments that you might want on materials that you're working on. Things like collars and pockets and things like that, or just things for decorative items such as placemats and tableware. There we go. Now again, the one to the far left, and it's beautifully performed on challenging material. Just set on B for the lower one, upper one L. Make sure that it's firmly clicked into place, and the needle may well actually click on the needle bar. They're not wobbly, and you're ready to stitch. And the stitch width being set to 5 because we're doing an ordinary zigzag, and stitch length, you must unwind the knob, that's anti-clockwise, and you bring it down, and we've got it between 3 and 4 millimeters, and we're using the same test felt material. And thread tension set around 3.5, okay, maybe closer to 4, and away we go. And what you should see here is a nice zigzag pattern, very consistent, very even stitching. And there we have it. On the far left, there's your zigzag pattern, both sides of the material, thread tension being perfect. going right back to the beginning, I'm going to do a final straight stitch, and I've got my pattern selectors on A, the lower one, K for the upper one. My stitch width, the needle is 3, and my stitch length, I've got it set about 3.5, and thread tension maybe slightly closer to 3.5. We drop the presser foot down and wind the needle into the material, and away we go. And this should be producing a nice straight stitch with a length of about just over 3mm. And then we remove the felt, and again you should see the pattern to the left. The extreme left is what we've done. There's a nice straight stitch, pattern length about 3mm, and its tension's fine. And again, repeating the same straight stitch using the double layer of denim on the Singer Golden Panoramic 670G. Away we go. There you go, and a nice straight stitch, and it's being fed through there with the feeder dogs. You can always drop a reverse stitch in at the end if you want to, of course, by raising the stitch width. Either. There we go, a nice straight stitch in double layer of denim. Pattern cam number 1, we're aiming to get an arrowhead type pattern. By depressing at the end of the machine the button, you then change the top dial to special. You can see the line there is on special, and again holding the button at the end of the machine, then turning this dial along, you should set it at B, and your stitch width here is set here at 5, and your stitch length is set very close, if not exactly, onto 1, and turn the knurled clockwise and knurled nut clockwise using a double thickness of denim. Again, turning the handle there to the right of the machine, lifting the presser foot up, and then cutting the threads. Should see here, as you can see, it's done a beautiful array of arrowheads, beautifully spaced as well as plenty of width on them, so it's quite a bold pattern using pattern cam D. Between the two little grooves of the metal, round through those bars there, round, goes down through that guide under the tensioners. Then this is the crucial bit, it goes up and around that little tooth there, that little sort of metal tooth, and then it goes down. You feed it through down that metal loop, then it comes up again, and you catch it again through that thread guide there. Then it goes through here, this stitch bar here, through the little eye, and then once it's down through the eye, as we showed, it goes through the guides. There's one there. You hook it back to your right and then to your left, then it goes through another guide there, and then you're ready to thread your needle. The bobbin on, you've got your spool, it goes to this thread guide here, down, it goes to the thread guide, to a guide there, gets fed down to this guide here, up to your spool. You've got to disengage by turning this inner wheel anti-clockwise, that's towards you, to stop the needle bar from going up and down. You press your presser foot and you press your spool obviously against the guide there, and you're ready to wind your bobbin on, and away you go. You press your okay, and then once you've got it wound on correctly, then you wind your bobbin up. Then you keep on winding it You don't want to over wind your bobbin, but it's going on fine here. There you go. You disengage and pull your bobbin off then. And there you go, there's a bobbin. Not fully wound on, but just to show you how it's done on the Singer 70G. This machine comes with a working light. The light switch itself is here, is on at the moment, turned off and on. You can see it that it works. Okay, only comes with one spool holder, and on this particular machine here it can be removed like so, and it looks like it's snapped there, but it's not a problem, it still works, because you can just put the spool holder into the holder here and just press it gently in and it holds it steady, as you can see. So it does work despite the fact that it did snap. You could, if you wanted to, of course, glue this on, but we found if you're moving the machine around, it's safer to have this off because it's safer as is. So it's a fully working machine. We've shown all the stitch functions and working on the machine, and that's it. This machine will come with 4 pattern cams. It has two of them are actually the same, number 22, and it comes with pattern cam number 2 and pattern cam number 1, and it comes with 6 bobbins. There's 5 displayed here, 1 in the machine here, which we'll show you there. There's one which is connected up in the machine, and there's a good there's the work we've shown you actually using the 670G to do.